After Santa's decisive defeat last year at the hands of his elves, no one has seen or heard from him since. The elves fled into the hills, leaving a power vacuum for the holiday of Festag. The degenerates of the Valentine season have started to encroach on their territory, so only one creature can rise to the occasion to save the holiday. The one creature that spreads joy and cheer and paints everything red. That's right, the Squigs. And who else to lead them but Slaanesh here. He's going to throw a night shroud to hide the sacred Squig gift to be delivered to his opponent, Big JP here. And the holiday has commenced. We've got the hidden Squigs, 8-peak loons. We've got the one kind of distraction unit here, mangy marauders to run around and shoot some armor-piercing arrows. Gorbad is the designated Squig handler for this battle, and then we've also got a Night Goblin Shaman in there as well, of course, casting the Night Shroud. Yeah, Big JP's Valentine's force here. Whatever the Warhammer equivalent of Valentine's is. I actually didn't bother to look it up, even if there is one. Let's see. Seekers here. We've got some Chaos Furies, Fiends, line of Devoted Marauders, including a couple Hell Scourges, more Furies, Seekers, Fiends, all the essential mobile demonic tools of Slaanesh. And you see the Seekers charging in here. They are going to take some big old burst damage. The Squigs doing their little AoEs. Let's see here. The Acid Burpa's got its Acid Burp, of course, which is going to leave that stomach acid trail behind. Excuse me. You can see there that, yeah, probably had some effect. I don't really know. The Seekers died too fast to really tell, to be honest. But there's plenty more where that came from. One Mangler gets enraged and thrown into the meat grinder of Fiends here. Since they're nerfed, they're definitely not going to overperform in that engagement, but the other Manglers brought home to the Squig blob here. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Colossal Squigs. I actually haven't featured them, I don't think, yet on the channel in anything besides like the stream, right, that I did of the Clash for Creative Assembly with Turin, which was quite a bit of fun, by the way. If you haven't watched it, do go check out the stream if you have time this holiday season. Anyway, Colossal Squigs are actually really good because they have 90 speed. They're also not super expensive, not the greatest weapon strength in the world, but pretty good all-around stats, especially the charge bonus and that speed. Of course, they've also got the blow apart passive. This is on all Squigs, but yeah, essentially they will, yeah, blow themselves up if they die, which does some damage, definitely, and will leave that stomach acid trail. But then the Acid Burpa, of course, leaves more of it. Yeah, sneaky stabbing, nice way to juice them up, and of course, like I said, that speed, main component why they're so good, especially in a matchup like against Slaanesh, where you definitely need the speed to keep up. But here, they're able to isolate the Exalted Keeper of Secrets, a very bad situation for them. One Mangler also gets sent out to the hills there, over pursuing. Might have been in the Rampage, to be fair. But a little bit of buffs here. We've got Orcs are the best from, yeah, seriously juicing up that Squig from Gorbad. His support abilities are actually pretty strong if used well in key engagements, and this is definitely a good way to use them on a powerful single entity in a key engagement like this. Also got that Itchy Nuisance going down. All the holiday colors. Nice red and green. A little bit of purple. Oop, there we go. Yeah. Absolutely joyous. Truly, I wish all of you the best in this season, whether or not you celebrate these holidays. It's definitely great to have you all here, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors, and thank you all so much for being here. It's been an amazing year, I will say, for myself personally and for the channel. Yeah, we've had some pretty amazing times this year, honestly. And Creative Assembly has managed to, I wouldn't say completely save everything. I don't know how much they, yeah, definitely needed saving to a degree, I would say. But Creative Assembly has managed to pull back things to a fair degree, you know, fixing up Shadows of Change, which apparently they're going to be doing even more of in the new year, which is nice. I definitely think Kislev is a faction, even though they're very new, they need reworks. Like, they just never have been good as a faction in campaign, at least, so I'm curious to see if any of that will carry over to the multiplayer side, maybe possibly even more units or changes, reworks there. But anyway, yeah, some more wins, by the way. If you haven't seen Creative Assembly's thank you post, you should go check it. They actually do make some surprisingly pro-consumer decisions there. Some, like, legit Creative Assembly dubs as far as stuff like blood packs and pre-order bonuses and things that really just... I mean, I don't really talk about them that much on this channel, but let's be honest, they're kind of anti-consumer practices in hindsight, and it seems like they're sort of done doing those things, which is good, I would say. Definitely is a good thing. Yeah. They can continue to deliver on the quality of content like they have. Obviously, the Empire Dwarfs DLC was a pretty big success, I would say, just from my own channel numbers. I mean, obviously, it's hard to say. From one hand, I'm an Empire main, and also Empire and Dwarfs are very popular factions, so having them both in a DLC together, you know, kind of almost a guarantee for success in a way. But I do think, in many ways, even though some units were insanely OP, the DLC overall delivered some really good value, and I would probably say the same. Well, again, I'm biased, not only because I got it for free from Creative Assembly, and because I get, you know, sponsorship money from Creative Assembly for doing the Clash, but at the same time, I also love these three factions as far as their playstyle goes. Ogres, Khorne, and Greenskins are all factions that I enjoy playing, so 100% biased in that way. But from my personal perspective, it's definitely been one of the most enjoyable DLCs to play in recent memory, and, you know, those things combined, sort of the fixing of Shadows of Change, I forget even the name of them. To me, it's just Empire Dwarfs plus Nurgle, whatever the name of that is, and then this DLC also, Omens of Destruction, which is a pretty good name, to be honest. Yeah, all have been big wins, like Pharaoh, you know, the sort of re-release of it, I actually ended up playing, even though I hadn't played the original Pharaoh, and that was pretty fun as well. I haven't really been talking too much about the commentary, but it has been quite the scrap here, I must say. Even though the balance power is heavily in the Greenskins' favor at this point. I mean, they have basically lost everything, been fighting tooth and nail, buffing up this Colossal squig, but, you know, on a day like today, I like to wax a little bit poetic, but we lost the narrative a little bit about those squigs saving the holiday, but they did. You know, they did. And they sort of, in a way, sort of embodies, I guess, how Creative Assembly managed to save Total War, maybe? We'll see. Did Total War need saving? Probably, actually, given everything that's happened with Creative Assembly over the past couple of years. But I would definitely say 2024 was a better year for them. And overall, for me on the channel, I'm super happy with how things are going. You know, it's not my full-time job. I have a day job that pays the bills, which is honestly really nice, because then I can just do this as a hobby and not stress too much about doing this or that for the maximum amount of views. I can just do the things that I enjoy, which is ultimately what I want to do at the end of the day. Thank you all so much for being a part of it. Thank you everyone who has submitted replays this year. This isn't the last video of the year, don't get me wrong. I'm just, you know, kind of going through the motions right now, I guess. Thank you everyone for watching, obviously. All the viewers, without you wouldn't be here. Everyone in the community. I've had so many opportunities to interact with so many cool people this year, and have really cool opportunities from Creative Assembly, and also just in general, yeah, and my personal life as well. I'm really happy with where everything is at. So from me to you, I know some of you out there, you know, are obviously going through some hard times, and I definitely feel for you out there. And, you know, that's also part of the reason why I do this, is for, you know, those of you out there who are maybe struggling a little bit. And I know there's definitely been times in my life where I've struggled, where sometimes I just want to, you know, sit down and watch a little 15-minute video from one of my favorite content creators. And that means a lot to me, to be able to provide that to some of you out there. So thank you all so much for watching. Happy Squigmas, and we'll see you next time.